One project on your resume gets more interview callbacks than any certification, an end-to-end cloud data pipeline you actually built. Today we build exactly that on Azure. Raw files flowing through Data Factory into a data lake, transformed by Databricks into clean Delta tables, and served to a live Power BI dashboard. Real architecture, real code, and it runs almost entirely on free tier. Here's the plan. We take messy e-commerce order files, the kind every company has, and push them through the same Medallion architecture that real Azure data teams run in production. Data Factory ingests, ADLS Gen 2 stores, Databricks cleans and aggregates, Power BI visualizes. Every piece of code is in a free GitHub repo linked below, so you can pause anywhere and copy it. By the end, you'll have a project you can demo in an interview, screen by screen. Let's build. This is the architecture, end to end. On the left, our source, raw CSV order files sitting on the web. Azure Data Factory runs a copy pipeline that lands them, untouched, in the bronze layer of our data lake, Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Then Databricks takes over. A first notebook cleans and deduplicates bronze into silver, a second aggregates silver into gold, business-ready Delta tables. Data Factory orchestrates the whole chain on a daily trigger, and Power BI reads gold directly. 5 components, 1 automated flow. Now let's build each piece. Part 1. Setting up the foundation, 1 resource group, 1 storage account, and the lake structure. First, cost, because that's what stops most people. A new Azure free account gives you $200 of credit for 30 days, and students get $100 with no credit card at all. Data Factory's first 1,000 orchestration activity runs per month are free, and we'll use maybe 50. Databricks has a 14-day trial on Azure, and if you just want to practice the notebook code first, Databricks Free Edition is free forever. Run this carefully, and you'll spend less than $5. There is no excuse left. For commands in the Azure CLI, create a resource group, create a storage account, and the flag that matters is HNS true, hierarchical namespace. That single flag is what turns plain blob storage into ADLS Gen 2, a real data lake with atomic directory operations that Spark and Delta depend on. Forget it, and you can enable it later without migrating. Then create 3 containers, bronze, silver, and gold. That's our Medallion skeleton. Why 3 layers? This pattern is called the Medallion architecture, and it's the standard on Databricks and Azure for a reason. Bronze is raw data, exactly as it arrived, immutable, append only, your source of truth if anything downstream breaks. Silver is cleaned and conformed, deduplicated, typed, validated, organized by business entity. Gold is business ready, aggregated tables shaped for dashboards and machine learning. Each layer has one job, so when something looks wrong, you know exactly where to look. Interviewers will ask you why you layered it this way, and now you have the answer. Part 2. Ingestion. Azure Data Factory is going to fetch the raw files and land them in bronze, automatically, every day. Data Factory is Azure's managed ingestion and orchestration service. Think of it as the conveyor belt of your platform. You don't manage servers. You define pipelines in a visual canvas or JSON, and Azure runs them. ADF speaks to over 100 sources. SQL databases. AP is SFTP, SaaS apps. Our source today is simple on purpose. CSV files over HTTP, because the pattern is identical no matter the source, and the pattern is what you're learning. Everything in Data Factory reduces to 3 building blocks. A linked service is a connection. We create 2. 1 HTTP linked service pointing at our data source, 1 for the data lake using its access key. A dataset describes the shape of data on a connection, a delimited text dataset for the source CSV, and a Parquet-friendly path in bronze for the sync. And the copy activity does the actual work inside a pipeline. In the studio, that's author, new pipeline, drag copy data onto the canvas, set source and sync. 15 clicks, no code required, but let's look at what it builds. Here's the JSON the canvas generates, and reading it is what separates you from tutorial followers. A copy activity named copy orders to bronze. Inputs, the HTTP CSV dataset. Outputs, the bronze dataset in the lake. And notice the sync type. We convert CSV to Parquet on the way in, smaller, faster, typed. The policy block matters in production. Retry twice. Timeout after 10 minutes. Sources flake. Pipelines that assume success are pipelines that page you at 3 a.m. One upgrade turns this from demo to production pattern, a dynamic landing path. Using data factory expressions, the sync folder becomes bronze/orders/year/month/day, computed from UTC now at runtime. Every daily run lands in its own dated folder, so reruns never overwrite history. Late data is traceable, and Spark can prune by date when reading. This layout is exactly what Microsoft's own architecture guidance recommends for a lake. It's a tiny expression, and it's the difference between a folder full of chaos and a lake with lineage.
It's not the model. It's the data.
He's right, and that line is the whole reason Part 3 exists. The raw data is in the lake, and it's a mess. Duplicates, bad types, missing values. Databricks is where we fix the data. First, the connection. Create a service principal in intro ID, give it the storage blob data contributor role on the lake, and feed its credentials to Spark through OAuth config. And please, the credentials go in a Databricks secret scope, retrieved with dbutils.secrets.get. Never paste a secret into a notebook cell. Notebooks end up in Git, and that's how keys leak. With auth set, we read the lake through the ABFSS path. One read later, our raw orders are in a data frame. The bronze to silver notebook, this is the heart of the project. Drop duplicates on order ID, because sources resend data and double-counted revenue is a career-limiting bug. Filter out null keys. Cast the timestamp and the amount to real types instead of strings. And add an ingested at audit column. Future you, debugging at midnight, will thank present you. Then write it as Delta format, partitioned by order date, into silver. Delta is the key upgrade over plain Parquet. It adds asset transactions, schema enforcement, and time travel to your lake. Silver to gold is where data becomes answers. Group by order date and category, and compute what the business actually asks for: revenue, order count, distinct customers. Gold tables should be small, obvious, and shaped for the dashboard. No analyst should ever need to rederive them. We overwrite gold each run because it's fully recomputed from silver and finish with optimize, which compacts small files so Power BI reads fast. 3 notebooks, 3 layers, each one testable on its own. When the interviewer asks why Delta Lake and not plain files, and they will, here's the answer. Asset transactions mean a failed job never leaves a half-written table. Schema enforcement means a source that suddenly adds a weird column gets rejected at right time instead of silently corrupting downstream. Time travel means you can query the table as it was yesterday and actually debug incidents. And optimize with partitioning keeps reads fast as data grows. Delta turns a folder of files into something that behaves like a database. But even good tables come from pipelines that can fail, and fail they will.
Access denied. It's bypassing the firewall.
That scene is fiction, but the 3 a.m. page is not. Every data engineer gets one. The difference between panic and a calm rerun is decided now, at design time. Retry policies on every activity, so transient network blips heal themselves. The Data Factory Monitor tab gives you run history and the exact error per activity. Wire an Azure Monitor alert so failures email you before the business notices. And because bronze is immutable and our paths are dated, you can rerun any day safely. The pipeline is idempotent. That word alone is worth a salary band in interviews. Part 4. Orchestration. Right now we have pieces. Let's make them run as one automated system every single day. Back in Data Factory, we chain it all together. The copy activity lands bronze. On success, that green arrow, a Databricks notebook activity runs the bronze to silver notebook. On its success, a second notebook activity builds gold. Wire your Databricks workspace as a linked service with a job cluster, so compute spins up for the run and dies after. You pay for minutes, not hours. Then one scheduled trigger at 6 a.m. UTC fires the whole chain. From this moment, the pipeline runs whether you're awake or not. That's the entire job description in one sentence. Systems that deliver clean data without you touching them. Part 5. The payoff. Data nobody sees is data nobody funds. Let's put gold on a dashboard. In Databricks, Partner Connect wires Power BI to your SQL warehouse in 2 clicks, or use the native Azure Databricks connector in Power BI Desktop. For a gold layer this size, use import mode. The table is small by design, so imports are instant and dashboards feel snappy. Build 3 visuals: a revenue trend line, revenue by category, and KPI cards for orders and customers. Then schedule the dataset refresh at 7 a.m., 1 hour after the pipeline, so the business always opens fresh numbers. Source to dashboard, fully automated.
All pipelines green. We're live.
And what did all of this cost? Storage for a few gigabytes of lake, pennies. Data factory. Our roughly 30 activity runs a month sit far inside the free 1,000. The real spend is Databricks compute, a small job cluster running a few minutes daily, a couple of dollars over a month, easily covered by trial credit. Call it under $5 for a project that answers the question every hiring manager actually asks. Have you built something real in the cloud? Best $5 you'll spend on your career. And that career question has numbers attached. Average Azure data engineer salary in the US right now, around $130,000 a year, with seniors well past $150,000. The skills gap is real. Companies can't hire fast enough for exactly this stack. A working end-to-end project is how you prove you're on the right side of that gap. Now put it on your resume, with engineering language, not tutorial language. Built an automated Medallion lakehouse on Azure using Data Factory, ADLS, Databricks, and Delta Lake. Designed idempotent daily ingestion with data partitions and retry policies. Turn manual CSV reporting into a zero-touch daily refresh. And in the interview, don't describe it, demo it. Open Data Factory, trigger the pipeline, show the monitor going green, open the notebook, refresh the dashboard. 5 minutes of that beats an hour of certification talk. Everything you saw, the CLI commands, the pipeline JSON, all 3 notebooks, and a sample dataset, is in the GitHub repo linked in the description, organized by part. Clone it, build it this weekend, break it, fix it. That loop is where the actual learning lives. If this build helped you, subscribe. Long-form, no-fluff data engineering projects like this land here every week, and the next ones go deeper. Streaming ingestion, Unity catalog governance, and CI/CD for your notebooks. Drop a comment with what you want built next, and connect with me on LinkedIn if you have questions about your own pipeline. Now go ship yours. See you in the next one.